Hey guys, my name's Lewis and I'm going to be running you through how to use the AB Designs custom design tool. So you want to start off by clicking customize on the product page. That will open up the designer for you. The first thing you're going to want to do is select the size that you need. So under product variations, you'll have the option of 11 by 12 inches, 12 by 22 inches, 22 by 24 and so on. I'm going to select today 12 by 22 to show you an example. Next, I'll need to upload my designs, so I'll click upload image, upload, and from your device I'll select a image for an example. It will then begin to process, and once it's finished processing it will pop up on the screen for you to then make any changes. What I can do is simply drag and drop this wherever I need to on the page. At the moment it's 9.6 inches by 9.6 inches. I can change that on the right hand side, so I can change this to 4 inches by 4 inches. If you make this too large, so if I make this back to 10 inches by 10 inches, it will give you a warning at the bottom and it will suggest a better resolution for you to make it. So this would be better in 3000 by 3000 pixels, and this just ensures that your design is nice and high quality and it won't look pixelated. If you get this error message, I suggest either reducing the size of the image here or increasing the resolution of the image. So for this one, I'll put this back down to 5 by 5. Again, I can drag and drop this where I need it to be. If you need multiple designs, so if you need multiple 5.5 5 by 5 inch designs, for example, I would hover over this button here, which is the duplicate button. Once I click that, this one's been duplicated and I can just drag this wherever it needs to go on the page. Again, I can duplicate this over and over by clicking the duplicate button. What I can do is also make these different sizes in order to better utilize the space. So I could make this one 3 by 3, this one 3 by 3, and that would allow me to obviously fit 3 in there. The next tool you may need is the text. If I click that, this allows you to enter example text, for example, and I can move this as I did the images, change the color. One thing worth noting is these are all PNGs at the minute, all of these images uploaded. In an ideal world, you don't want a white background. So for example, if I open another image that's got a white background, when it comes to printing, that white background will be printed, which I imagine would rather not have. So in which case you want to change this to PNG so it's got a transparent background, and that will make for the best printing. If you need to get rid of an image that you've got, on the image you've got delete bottom left, this bottom right is the size, top right is changing the angle, and then top left you can drag and move, or you can just click and drag and move the item as is. I'm going to delete this one. Another tool you'll need to use is to pan up and down the page. So if I change this to a 22 by 120 design, we've obviously got a lot more room to work with. So you'll need to use the zoom on the left, which is this top magnifying glass, and then in order to look up and down you need to click down and drag up and down. That will allow you to view further up and further down on the page. To move a design, again you might need to move it to the top, click away from the design in order to drag yourself up, click on the design again to drag it up, drag yourself up, and do this one by one so you can start moving the images to the top of the page. Again, that's why I say to ideally choose the design size that you'd like, or the sheet size that you'd like before creating your design, because if you create it small and then try to make it larger or use a larger sheet, you're then going to run into problems where you're having to move multiple items in order to utilize the space. So yeah, clicking off the page and dragging yourself up is going to be how you can get around the larger sheet sizes. Another example of something you can do is share or save the design. So if I click share, that will bring up a box here. which I can copy and paste this link using this button here, and I can send that to someone else for them to have the exact same design put up on their end. Instead, I can save the design if this is something that you're going to want in the future, give the design a name and click save, and that will come across into your saved design section here. Once you've finished making your designs, you can either expand if you've run out of room, so I might move from 12 by 22 to 22 by 96, and that would allow me to have a lot more space to create more designs. It will also keep your previous design on the page. If you go from a large design and make it smaller, you'll obviously lose out on what was outside of the area. So I'd recommend trying to choose the right size before you begin. Once you've finished designing, what you'll need to do is click the Add to Cart button in the bottom right, and this will create the order for you. You'll then be taken to the cart page where you can check out as normal and fill in your details. Hopefully that should be everything covered. If there is anything else you need help with, please reach out and a member of the team can happily help.